Hey, I am excited to tell you guys about this story. It is about haunted house, all right? So haunted houses. I think haunted houses they are fine, but I don't want to brag or anything about it. But since the age of 16, I've never been into a haunted house that I was scared of. And granted, all the haunted house I've been in were free and they didn't have me sign a waiver. And when I was little, sure, I was terrified of haunted houses. And it just, I don't know. I think I kept telling myself that none of us were real. And then when I grew up, I just always knew that none of it was real. And when you can see the curtain is made of plastic, all the tension you previously had is got lost. That's pretty correct. And sure, I still get startled at the jump scares when I get into the haunted house, but seeing they don't stop you or anything, it's always awkward afterwards. Um, Hello, are you still there? I'm just gonna walk this way now. Not really, I'm just gonna talk this way, but maybe I don't really get scared because I don't feel emotion anymore. Who knows? But there is one haunted house experience during my senior year of high school. I would like to tell you guys about it. That I will never forget because it was probably one of the most traumatizing things I've ever seen in my life, for sure. I haven't seen that many traumatizing things. And also, I won't forget it because I'm about to immortalize the experience by making a YouTube video to bullshit about it. And around my senior year, I was a part of school drama club and I was a theater kid for sure. And the clubs at the school got to have to do some activities for the school fair. Yeah, the school fair. And the whole school is putting on a fair, probably to raise money or something. It seems like schools are always in need for some extra cash. Have you ever noticed that? So, for example, the football team got to do the dunk thing, and the band kids like the face painted or something. I don't remember, it's not important. And the theater kids, since the fair is in October and the Halloween's month, we got to put a haunted house in school. Cool, right? The drama club was separated into groups, so we would be a scary part in the haunted house, and we got to make the haunted house inside the school. So we got a lot of area to work with, and there were a lot of space in between each scary thing. My group, what did is we dress up as vampires by scary vampires, and we sat at the dinner table and we decorated it with fake organs, of course, bloody organs, goblets filled with blood, and we had this freshman girl. This was laying on the top of the table, and we put fake organs coming out of her, to make it look like we were eating her. Because vampires eat people and they suck people's blood. Okay, say that out loud. I realize that doesn't make any sense. Okay, but why would a group of vampires being eat or someone? They don't do that. Actually, we put a yellow sheet over the line above a good spooky atmosphere, and we had a smoke machine, some ambient Halloween music playing. Yeah, some music is playing, something like that. And our group was pretty legit. Whenever a group of people walked by, we would just silently stare at them. And then the freshman on the table would scream at the top of her lungs. Yeah, she was really good at screaming, by the way. Woman is very good at screaming. And since we have so much space in between each of the scary parts, when they walked past us, we would get up and chase them, chase them, chase them, chase them. Yeah, it was really fun. And so you have to understand that the theater kids are very loud, extroverted people. They always try to scream along the way when we do things together. I need to tell you about this one kid who was in my vampire group. Uh, we just name him. We just name him Balek. Yeah, Balek. Okay, Balek and I were both part of the school improve club, so we were both pretty funny people. Um, except Balak was just one out there. He was loud, it seems he was just always screaming. I didn't have any classes with him, but he was obviously the high self-esteem, class clown kind of kid, I promised. And so Balak, being the loud and more popular kid, he got to sit at the head of our table. And we had done the haunted house for about 2 hours at this point. I want you to think about what it's like to go inside a haunted house, just going in for 5 minutes, and that will already make me feel uncomfortable and sweaty, of course. All the strobe lights, the smoke, and the freshmen over there, and who has to be constantly screaming, "Bloody murder!" Again, you did a good job, freshman. Okay, I told him, and we were supposed to get a break sometime in the middle. But since the haunted house was so popular, so we didn't get one break. Just because people came in and out a lot. So I'm a little loppy after doing all this for so long, right? And I was totally not ready for what was about to happen. Uh, this group of people walked in and we did our normal things. We got up and we chased them. But Balak got pretty physical with this one little boy, and like he kind of shocked himself a bit. And I didn't see exactly what happened, but apparently this little boy was holding a fish in a plastic bag. But apparently this little boy was holding a fish. You know, those little tiny fish, they are actually supposed to be used as foods for bigger ones that you can win as prizes in fairs. As 99% of the time, the fish die into 2 weeks because you don't have the right aquarium equipment to raise them, so you just put them into water and slowly watch them die. Even you feed them. I didn't think people were allowed to bring the new pet fish into the haunted house. But I guess he smuggled it in or something. I didn't see the kid drop the fish, but maybe Black slapped it out his hands, and he that could have happened. And I just heard a scream, and I saw a fish flopping around in a puffing on the floor. And fish look like they are so much in pain, and when they are out of water, I don't flail all around uncontrollably. When I go swimming like calm down fish, I'm silently panicking when, of course, the fish looks like he's gonna die in 3 seconds if we don't do anything. I start thinking of places we can put the fish into, but Balak, without saying anything, just immediately bent down and cupped with a tiny fish in his hands. But he ransacked to the table. He put the fish in an empty goblet, and then he poured red cool air into the cup. I'm just kidding. He just got a water bottle from under the table, and because they gave us water bottles, and the fish was fine after that, ladies and gentlemen. It all happened so fast, and thanks to Balek's quick thinking, he saved this little kid's fish. Alright? The kid was still a couple of feet down the hall. Balek took the goblet in his hands and he walked it over to the kid. He reached out his hand to give the kid his fish. Very amazing. And then he just chugged the drink. Oh my god, he drank the fish. And this little kid let out the most blood-curdling screaming. Very scary. And it sounded like the kid just want his pet get swallowed by a complete stranger. Oh my god, down into the tummy. It was honestly the loudest scream I heard that night, and I bet the next group of people behind these guys were thinking, and whatever next must be really scary to the kid to scream like that. And the kid started trying to attack Balak. And I'm sure if he had the correct tools, he would have murdered him just because the way he did to the fish was really horrible. But like eventually, he didn't swallow it, thankfully. But like didn't really swallow. He just kept it swimming in his mouth. But I mean that's just what you gotta do when you're working in a haunted house. You have to scare people anyway you can. I was just a bystander. I still wake up in the cold sweat thinking about it. And turns out the kid was actually Balek's little brother. Oh my god, what a small world. So at least he didn't do this to a complete stranger. Man, you really go to appreciate what Lang's older brother go through, right? To Tom and the little brother, Balek's little brother, you might be watching, okay? But I was there. Do I know what pain you go through? I understand the feeling. I have an older brother too. I know what it's like to be Luigi. I mean, he never swallowed any of my pets. Never. He would just steal my food. And he also never let me win in Super Smart Bros. Anytime I was about to win, he would turn off the Nintendo. And, but I mean, I'm fine. By the way, he's not really my biological brother, he's just my cousin. Okay, thank you guys so much for listening to me bullshitting about something stupid about Scary House, and I hope you guys have a fun time before going to sleep. Goodbye.